the hell happened to Karmaloop? Where did it go? Did y'all ever used to shop there? This is what their website used to look like back in the day. And they used to have 4 million monthly visitors at their peak. They did file for bankruptcy in 2015, but their cultural impact still lives on. They created something that changed an entire industry with fashion, and this is the untold story. So before Karmaloop, streetwear was confined mainly to densely populated urban centers. This is the founder, Greg Selko, and he discovered something early on about the audiences from millennials to Gen X, and that they were looking for something that's authentic that these local stores could not provide. Karmaloop wasn't just selling clothes, they were manufacturing a cultural belonging. They created and identified something called Verge culture. And Verge culture was just simply early adopting digital natives who were helping to shape the voice and identity across tech, music, art, fashion. A lot of the luxury brands out at the time during the late 2000s were keeping their distance from internet retail. Karmaloop came in, identified it, very smart on Greg's part, and they just democratized the entire process with connecting all these smaller independent brands with customers who would have never ever discovered them before. And it had a pretty large domino effect with a lot of these Gen Ys that came up during that period of time where that's where you could only get a lot of the really cool streetwear and fashion. And there's a lot of leaders in fashion right now that say they got their start with Karmaloop. As YouTuber Jacob Keller said, he knows that a lot of the people that were watching his 2014 Karmaloop videos are now working at big fashion houses. Streetwear has now grown to $185 billion per year by 2023, and Karmaloop just helps underscore this cultural impact. Sometimes a business model can fail, but their influence lives on. They mainstreamed streetwear before Supreme, GOAT, StockX, and these other streetwear brands even existed. And while their debt-fueled expansion did ultimately collapse the company, their cultural blueprint transformed how an entire generation approaches fashion.